Hey everybody, my name is Mike. I'm not for Coltrane. Welcome to your Coltrane Tuesdays, the Coltrane Tuesdays show here on this 15th day of September in the year 2020. As always, I'm grateful if people can let me know if the stream is actually coming through, if there's actual audio and all of those sorts of things. It looks like, I think things are functional, but I never can really tell. So, I'm always grateful for that. We are going to play a song, a new song in my continuing series of local covers, hashtag local covers. This time a song by the BC Combo from their latest album. We're going to play around with the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. Let me explain how that works, especially if you're not familiar with how that works. People who are live online with us give me song suggestions, and I have to respond to them right here on the spot. If the song is one that I know, I'll go ahead and try to play it. If the song is one that I kind of sort of know, I'll have to figure out how to play it. And if I don't know the song at all, I have to make up a brand new song. All right, this may work. I may have gone away for a brief moment and then come right back. I hope so, and hopefully that means that there's actual sound now. But we're going to find out shortly when people who are out in the world can confirm whether or not that's actually happening. Yeah, okay. So presumably comments will come in indicating if the sound is functional or not shortly. And I also don't know where I left off in the spiel that I was talking about, but it probably wasn't that important. And we have functional sound. That may happen again, in which case I'll try to do exactly what I just did a minute ago. But for right now we have sound, so we're going to take advantage of that, and we're going to do a song from the BC Combo from their new album called The Garage Sessions. That album came out just a couple months ago, just before we all went into lockdown. It was recorded, in fact, in an actual garage. Wayne Smith, I think we can call him the musical director for the BC Combo. He and Bev Conklin, of course, Bev Conklin is BC, Lehigh Valley's Queen of the Blues, and a wonderful human being besides. They have had this great musical partnership that goes back quite a ways. And Wayne does a lot of the songwriting and arranging, and Bev has this amazing voice and stage presence, and they bring in a whole bunch of other wonderful performers to come along and play music with them, which is really cool. And I was trying to think, so Bev very graciously stopped by this particular webcast on Tuesday of last week, which was really cool. She put in a request for a Bill Withers song, one of my favorite songs of all time, yay. So I thought, hey, you know what? I should do a BC Combo song for the next one in this series of local covers. And I said, okay, so now I want to do something from the new album to help support the new album. What song am I going to do from the new album? A couple months back, Wayne and Bev and the guitar player for the BC, or the other guitar player for the BC Combo, Joe Mack, phenomenal Chicago blues lead guitarist. The three of them did a webcast for the Downtown Allentown Business Association's virtual Summer in the City. And I was watching that video and going back through, and Wayne started playing this song, and I'm like, aha! I can recognize some of those chords. I can figure out how to actually play this song. So the song is called Mistakes Happen Twice, and I've been spending a lot of time jamming out the song and working with the song. And one of the things that's significant about this particular song, it's not really a blues song per se. Bev and it used to be the BC and the Blues Crew, and then it became the BC Combo. I think in part because it wasn't just blues. We're going to do other sorts of styles of music, and so there's some folk and there's some rock, and of course also some blues in the mix. This song is not really a blues song per se, but it shares some things in common with a lot of blues songs and a lot of my favorite songs, like All Along the Watchtower, in that the song itself is a fairly straightforward chord progression that really is just a blank canvas for someone like Joe Mack or like Wayne to solo and do all these cool improvised solos and lead parts and whatever. Unfortunately, Joe Mack and Wayne are not here. I don't have them hiding in the wings to be able to pop out on camera. So I need to be able to sing and play the rhythm guitar part and do some kind of solo, because otherwise the song is going to be really boring. So we are going to we're going to go back to this well. Again, I'm not really a harmonica player, but here we are. We're going to make it work nonetheless. We're going to see what we can do to expand into some of the wonderful spaces to explore in this particular song. I'm going to try to get some things set up down here by my feet. The song is called Mistakes Happen Twice. Her name. He's in love with a girl who doesn't feel the same. Reaching the end of the road, never passing go. It's cool what they say. For everybody there's someone, but now that's hard to believe when the gig's almost done. Love from afar only leaves a broken heart. Black and blue, and inside out, we pay that price in all its glory. Mistakes happen twice. Mistakes happen twice. Black and blue, and inside out, we pay that price in all its glory. Yeah, mistakes happen twice. Mistakes happen twice. Mistakes happen twice. And hopefully you don't think that was a mistake. The great song by the BC Combo with a little... I've been spending a little time here during quarantine trying to improve some skills a little bit on the harmonica and figuring out how to play some lead guitar and cool stuff like that. I bet you didn't realize I had the looper going, huh? So yeah, so that's pretty cool. Thank you very much to everyone who's watching and everyone who got a little something out of that. And thanks so much to Wayne for writing the song and for the Bev and the BC combo for putting it out there. The Garage Sessions, the album, is available on your major streaming and download platforms, and that's very cool, so you should definitely go check that out. As well as their gigs. Their gigs that are happening these days, which is really cool. Most of the gigs these days are outside, which is great. Bev and the guys will be over at the Alba Vineyard Happy Hour under the Arbor. That's at the Alba Vineyard over in Milford, New Jersey. That's at 6 o'clock this Friday, so please go check out the BC combo. They're wonderful people and great musicians besides. And I will also, after the show, I will post a link to the virtual Summer in the City concert that they did back in June, I think it was. So I'll post a link so people can check that out. So coming up momentarily, we will do a round of the Not for Coltrane Stump the Band game. In case you missed the top of the show, a refresher as to how that works. People who are with us online, give me song suggestions through the comments right there on the Facebook, and then I have to respond to those song suggestions in some way, shape, or form. If the song is one that I know, I will go ahead and play it. It'll be unrehearsed, but it usually comes out okay. If the song is one that I kind of sort of know, like I've heard it a bunch of times on the radio, or heard it a bunch of times on the radio 25 years ago, or I used to know how to play it 10 years ago, or I've seen a bunch of other people play it at open mics, or something like that, I will then attempt to figure out how to play it while I'm here in front of you. If I do not know the song at all, I will make up a brand new song right here on the spot with the same name as the song that was requested, thereby technically satisfying the requirement. We do have a few people who are live online with us at the moment. Let me see if anybody has put in a song request just yet. Not just yet. So now is the perfect time to get in your song request. You can also hit that share button, hit that like button, so the more people say, hey, do you know a song for this guy to play on the line? So yes, go find that out. I'll mention also I'll stall for just a minute to let you get your requests in. While I mention a few programming notes about this particular show. One of the things, like I mentioned, it is currently right now live both on the Not for Coltrane page and on the Rock in the Valley page. If you're watching this on Rock in the Valley, hi, good to see you. I sort of started doing that as a bit of an experiment, and it actually has proved to make things rather more complicated on my end. Rock in the Valley is also experimenting with some different things, so we're going to take this opportunity to say, you know what, it's going to be simpler. I'm just going to have the webcast coming to you live on the Not for Coltrane page, but I will share it and post links over on Rock in the Valley. So it will actually only be streaming in one place online, but it'll be accessible from all the other avenues to get to there. So that'll start next week. Another thing to mention, this is something that I've been dealing with. People who are also musicians like me and who have been doing music on Facebook may have noticed that there's been a lot of stuff recently about, hey, Facebook is changing their terms of service on October 1st. What's the heck's going on with this? And all these other sorts of things. And I saw a thing on another website about, hey, we tried to stream something on Instagram, and then we ended up with all these problems because Facebook said people weren't allowed to see it because we were playing our own music. At this point, we are at show 42 out of 52. We are getting so close to a full year's worth of shows for this season. I think I'm going to press my luck. The Not for Coltrane Tuesday show is going to continue right through, if I possibly can, here on Facebook to show number 52 for this second season. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. And then after I do reach 52 shows in a row, I'm probably going to take a break. And maybe season 3 will come back, in fact, on a different platform. We're going to find out. But for right now, I'm going to do my best to keep going on Facebook as long as Zuckerberg and his folks don't have a problem with that. We're going to try to keep coming to you here on Facebook at least through show 52. I will say that in the past I have had shows pulled down after the fact because of someone said, no, that's someone else's song, you can't do that. Which, okay, it's good to communicate, and I always try to credit my sources and tell people to go download and listen to the originals, but I do understand that. Anyway, so it's a thing, it's a whole thing, it's a thing that anybody who is being creative with digital video these days is thinking about and trying to figure out. We're going to try to stay here on Facebook, but as always, if you see something disappear, if you're like, hey, Mike, you shared that link, and then Facebook says I can't watch it anymore, let me know. And so we'll see if we can keep going with this show through the turn of the show number 52, keeping it here on Facebook. And after that, we'll see what happens. Okay, so we've got 2 requests coming in. Excellent, that's wonderful. We've got Amanda Jane requests Landslide, and Sue Whitfield requests Hot Town Summer in the City. I definitely know Landslide, and I saw that one first. So that's the one I'm going to do first, and then I will get back to Sue's request for Hot Town Summer in the City. Let's see if any other requests have come in over at Rock in the Valley. Nope, okay, just those 2 for the moment. All right, so Landslide is the first one. I believe I can play that competently, but you never know. We'll see how this goes. Landslide, of course, the showcase for Stevie Nicks in her vocal abilities. I want to do it. It's been a little while. Actually, I'm going to give that a little bit of a boost here with the amplifier, since I already have it hooked up. And am I actually going to be able to sing it in that key? I'm not sure what the actual key is. I'm going to hedge my bets just a little bit and take it down just a smidge. I'm also going to take a minute and make sure I actually know all of the chords, because that's the sort of thing I would forget. Alright, I think we're going to be okay. For everyone who, like Amanda, is getting in your feelings, here you go. Took my love, took it down, climbed the mountain, I turned around, and I saw my reflection in the snow-covered hills, till the landslide brought it down. Mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I handle the seasons of my life? I don't know. I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. Time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. I'm getting older too. I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I built my life around you. And time makes you bolder, even children get older, and I'm getting older too. Yes, I'm getting older too. Climb the mountain and I turn around. If you see my reflection in the snow covered hill, maybe landslide bring it down. Well, the landslide bring it down. Landslide, Fleetwood Mac, great Stevie Nicks, with a few flourishes in there from how I remember the Chicks version of that used to go. So there you go. Thank you very much to Amanda for that request for Landslide. Of course, one of the great kind of the recent additions to the Great American Songbook, I'd say. One of my favorite stories about that song is some of you remember there was an album Smashing Pumpkins put out. It was sort of like an EP or something with like rarities and whatever, and it had Smashing Pumpkins version of Landslide on it, which is actually pretty cool. If you're into Billy Corgan's voice, if you're not, then it's not going to do it for you. But Billy Corgan was trying to figure out how to play what I just played in terms of the fingers going like this, and he listened to the song and figured out how he thought it sounded, but it was really, really hard. And he's like, "All right, I gotta do this." And then later someone showed him like, "Dude, it's just like this." And it's like, oh! So the version that Billy Corgan plays on the guitar for that is not the original version. It is in fact much harder than the original version of that. So anyway, so neither here nor there, but one of my favorite anecdotes about the song, Landslide. So now moving into the Coltrane Civics Corner, we've been talking about how I've been working on registering to vote by mail so that I don't have to, I mean, yes, is it less safe or just about as safe as me going to the grocery store? Probably, if I don't end up having to stand in a line for a long period of time. But, you know, I also think this is a great way it's the only way we have in Pennsylvania to be able to vote early. And so I think it's great to support this process and the legislators who made sure that this went into effect back before we knew COVID was a thing. That's kind of a good thing. And so I want to support that. So, wait, someone's trying to call me, but presumably it's not because the sound has gone off. So I'm going to be talking more about voting by mail. All right, so I told you last time, 2 weeks ago, I had verified that I was in fact registered to vote, which I thought was likely, but I just wanted to make sure, so that was good. Then last week I talked about how I went ahead and applied to vote by mail. I had voted by mail in the primary, but I had heard that we needed to apply again to be able to vote this time around. Okay, this is new. I don't really know a whole lot about this, so I'm going to apply to vote by mail. I applied online through. There's a link from votespa.com to find out to click. There's a button on there I can click to register to vote by mail. Okay, great. All right, that's strange. Oh, okay. Yeah, that Cash App is putting strange things on the replies. That looks kind of like spam, but All right. So don't click on anything suspicious that looks like it has to do with Cash App. If you are able to contribute to my tip jar, that's great. I appreciate that. But I don't really like the spam that's showing up on the feed right now. All right. So that's not ideal. In any case, I had applied to vote by mail last time, and I expected to get some. Oh yes, and the details. You can apply to vote online. You can apply online to vote by mail if you have your driver's license number with you, and you have to be able to say how long you've lived in Pennsylvania. So, with those pieces of information, I went and filled out the application, got confirmation it had been received. Okay, great. Later that day, I got an email that says, your ballot application has been processed. Okay, great. And I'm reading along, Dear Michael Duck, Northampton County Election Office has processed your ballot application, blah, blah, blah. Your application was declined. Wait, what? Your application was declined because of the following reason. DECL, duplicate application. Duplicate application. And then I looked further back in my email to find other things that, and sure enough, there's a message from back in the middle of August from the Pennsylvania Department of State saying, "Dear Pennsylvania voter, we're writing to remind you that earlier this year you signed up to be an annual mail-in voter in Pennsylvania. If you still live in the same county where you applied, you do not need to reapply for a mail-in ballot." So I didn't need to reapply for a mail-in ballot, and in fact it confused the issue when I attempted to do that. So if you haven't already applied to vote by mail, and you did vote by mail in the primary back a couple months back, look for an email like this, with the subject line was "Important information on your mail-in voting application," to find out if in fact you are already registered to vote by mail, or have already completed an application essentially to vote by mail in November. So that's kind of important. So that means that I didn't need to go through that thing last week, but no harm, no foul. They intercepted my application and say, nope, you're already good. You don't need to do that twice. You're already in the system. You'll be receiving the ballot in the mail shortly. So that's great. The message should have gone out in the mail. The ballots actually should have started going out into the mail yesterday, but they did not, because there is a lawsuit going on here in our state of Pennsylvania. And this particular lawsuit is people from the Green Party versus Democrats, or Democrats versus people from the Green Party. And I have a lot of feelings about this particular situation. So basically, and I'll preface this by saying that I've long had a soft spot for third parties. I think that it is important to have a wide range of views, and as long as people are actually doing this in good faith, I think there are lots of legitimate reasons to be frustrated with Democrats as well as with Republicans, and to say, no, I think there should be another alternative that we can look at. Okay, great. So I'm predisposed to generally be supportive in those kinds of situations. But holy cow, I don't like anybody in this particular situation. So the Green Party, if I understand correctly, and I'll post some links afterwards, the Green Party knew well in advance about all of the filing deadlines here in Pennsylvania, and just last month, right in the 11th hour, no, wait, we actually want to put a different person on the ballot. We have a different person that we're running for president instead of the person that we thought was running for president. We're going to file all this stuff at the very last minute. Good grief, you had 4 years. You had 4 years to plan for this moment. If you're trying to convince yourself convince the general public that you are a legitimate party that has your stuff together, this is not a good look. For you to be at the very last minute, oh, wait, just kidding. We have someone else that we want to run for president instead. So that's not good. I mean, come on, get your act together. And then the Democrats, who took the Green Party to court, essentially saying, no, they missed the filing deadlines, things were irregular, that they shouldn't be allowed to be on the ballot. How little faith do you have in your candidate and in your campaigning that you think that you can't compete against a shoestring operation like the Green Party? I mean, I understand that there's just the sense of, okay, the Green Party is just going to be a spoiler, like they were last time in the election, but good grief. Have some faith in your candidate and in what you're doing to say, no, for anyone who's out there who is leaning left, might be a Green Party voter, might be a Democratic Party voter, we're going to actually fight for their votes and going to convince them that our candidate is the best choice. And not to mention, for both parties, the thing that continuing this battle in court at this point, what it contributes to is more confusion and more delays and less time for people to actually get their ballots in, which doesn't benefit either of you. It benefits the Republicans. So come on, people, get this figured out. So I have lots and lots of thoughts about this. I do think if people are out there and they say, hey, I think that the two-party system is not great. I think that the Democrats, they aren't far enough left. They don't think big enough. And they, they're too beholden to a corporate special interest and that sort of thing. Those are legitimate points of view. If you want to support the Green Party, one of the really, really effective ways to do that, frankly, one of the things that the Republicans are doing really, really effectively for a long time, and invest time and money in down-ballot races, in things that the Democrats aren't going to fight you as hard on because they don't care as much. So if you live in a state that's going to go 60-40 for one party or the other, right, neither party is going to fight you that hard, and then maybe you run up 5% of the statewide vote in that state, and that gives you more of a foothold. Here in Pennsylvania, yes, people at the state level are always going to say, no, this is going to be a battleground state. Your, fraction of a percentage of the vote could sway the election one way or the other. Imagine if you had like 25% of the school boards here in Pennsylvania that all had a Green Party represented on those school boards. If you start to build up that kind of institutional knowledge and those kinds of connections and that kind of party infrastructure, so that you could launch a more competitive campaign. So I think that if you as a voter or a citizen are interested in supporting the Green Party, look for opportunities like that. There certainly are people who are running for the Green Party in cities all across the country or in other places like that. Those candidates need your support too. So look for those opportunities to make inroads that are going to be less controversial. And they're just going to be better for the Green Party in the long term. And then, yay, democracy. So anyway, that's my thoughts about that. I'd love to know what you think, and I'd also love to drown out this spam that whoever is Princess Tolani is putting out there on this feed, because I'm really not happy about that. So, but we are somewhere back before all the spam got crazy. We had a request for Hot Town Summer in the City. I believe that's the only request that we have in front of us at the moment. That is indeed the only request we have at the moment. Looks like the sound is still functional for maybe at least a few more minutes. So I'm going to try to play that. I don't know this song. I know like the part that goes, Hot Town Summer in the City. And that's about it. But that is enough that I'm going to try to then figure out how to play that particular song. It's a little ironic that now that the weather's starting to turn cool and fall like that, we're going to do Hot Time Summer in the City. Let me make sure. Yes, I believe I will block her, but at the moment, yes, Sue had the excellent suggestion of blocking Princess Tolani so that she can no longer show up as a person in this chat. Wait, maybe I can just ban her. Let's see. Hold on. Replying to... No, that's not a message to... Right, alright. So, Lovin Spoonful. Let me make sure I have the name of the song correct. Hot Town Summer in the City, not Hot Time Summer in the City. Hot Town Summer in the City, Lovin Spoonful. That is, I'm grateful for the additional information, Sue. It unfortunately does not help me know more about it. It will help me post a link afterward to say, here, cast here to actually hear the song. All right, so... That's going to be... That's basically the same chords for All Along the Watchtower. Which, if we're not careful, I might just segue into start playing that in the middle, but I think... Alright, so that's some chords that'll probably work more or less okay for the song. I need to... Unless Sue wants to throw in some additional lyrics, which you're welcome to do, I have to come up with some additional lyrics I'm going to sing. So, city is not a particularly hard word to rhyme. Looking pretty. Sing a little ditty. In the nitty gritty. That's probably enough. So, hot time, summer in the city. I'll say, so, hot time, summer in the city, in the street, so I'm going to go city, pretty, gritty, and oh, I had another rhyme. What was it? Oh, okay, all right. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my net, sing about Gritty. Yes, Gritty, of course, the mascot for the Philadelphia hockey team, if memory serves correct. All right, hot town, summer in the city, back of my net gets dirt and gritty. I had so I said pretty gritty, city. All right. So I'm going to see what I can do with that. Pity. Thank you. This is a collaborative process. I'm grateful for everyone's help with this, especially Sue, who is feeding me lyrics. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck gets dirt and gritty. Been down, isn't it a pity? The girls on the street, they're looking at pretty. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck is getting dirt and gritty. I wanna pocket with gritty. Oh, you see, I should have thought about a verse before I started this. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck it's getting all gritty. Girls on the street looking pretty pretty, and I wanna sing about all gritty now. Back town, summer in the city, back of my neck it's getting pretty gritty, and the girls are getting all pretty, and I'm out here in the city, I'm out on the street, and I don't know where to go. It's so hot out here, and the sweat just flows. I'm out here, I'm just making my way, but it is so bloody hot here today. Hot time, summer in the city, back of my neck it's getting pretty gritty, and I'm gonna go play some hockey with Gritty, and the girls on the street they're all looking pretty. Hot town, summer in the city, we're getting out down to the nitty gritty, and isn't it a pity? All the girls they look so pretty. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm walking along. I'm mopping my brow, and I'm singing this song. The sun's beating down, making my skin all turn red. If it stays so hot like this, I'm gonna feel like I was dead. Like I was dead. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck and it's getting all pretty. Ain't a pity the fool, I wanna pity all the girls there looking so pretty now. Hot town, summer in the city, back of my neck and it's getting pretty gritty. I'm gonna go play some hockey with Gritty, and the girls on the street, they're looking so pretty. Na 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 na. On the watchtower, the princess kept the view. Well, all the women came and went, barefoot serpents too. Outside in the cold distance, the wildcat did round. Two riders were approaching. The wind began to howl. Hot town, somewhere in the city, back of my neck it's getting all gritty, cause the sweat drops are getting kinda drippy. All the girls are looking so pretty now. Hot town, somewhere in the city, back of my neck it's getting dirt and gritty. I'm gonna go play some hockey with Gritty, and the girls they look so pretty now. Hot town, somewhere in the city, the back of my neck's all sweaty and gritty, and I'm feeling kinda gross and feeling it's a pity. Girls they look so pretty. Thank you, Sue, for that request. Apologies to Lovin Spoonful, and I will post a link to the actual song because that is not what I played. But yeah, anytime we get a Gritty shout out, that's not a terrible opportunity. Thanks very much to everyone who's been hanging out, who's been watching the show for us. We also, I think, got in another request there toward the end for Misty. Christopher, I will make sure we do some version of that next time if you're able to stop by the show on Tuesday of next week, which will be show number 43. We're closing in on 52, a whole year's worth of shows. So we're going to see how all of that goes. Again, next week it will be here. It will be linked from the Rock in the Valley page, but it will be here on Not for Coltrane's page on Facebook. So facebook.com/NotForColtrane. Do what you can to get out there and make sure that you are registered to vote and are able to participate in the upcoming general election on November 3rd. I'll continue to update about that. If you have questions, I'm happy to try to do some more research, and we'll talk about that and figure out how all of those pieces. And, of course, for that, you can go to votespa.com and find out more about how to vote in this election, whether by mail or in person. Oh, Sue enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Sue. I'm very much appreciative of you stopping by today. And, of course, I love the BC combo. I love Bev. I love Wayne. I love Joe Mack. They're wonderful performers and great human beings. Everyone else who's in the band or who's been part of the band over the years, they're all wonderful people. Go check them out in person outside at the Alba Vineyard Happy Hour under the arbor at 6 o'clock this Friday. And go check out the Garage Sessions because it's on all the streaming and download platforms, and I'll post some links to that as well. I think I even have links to that up currently in the description. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your likes and for your shares and all of those things like that. My name is Mike. I am Not for Coltrane. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.